I'm getting ready for day 2 of Foodieland and Lodi Comic Con today. And I'm wearing my Zorro earrings with my Shinobu button up. Just feels like a little bit blasphemous, but I like how it looks. So we're going with it.
The top one? Not the top one. Got other problems. So we're off to a rough start. I forgot a pen. I forgot my square reader. So Cody's gonna drop that off. I forgot tape. All very important things. I remembered cash somehow, so that's good, I guess. Hopefully this isn't a sign of a bad show for me. So the good news is tap to pay on iPhones works really well. My only fear is that I'm gonna drain my battery vlogging and using the tap payment, so Cody's gonna still come by and drop off the square payment. But otherwise, I think we're pretty set. I knew I was gonna forget stuff. I just didn't realize how many things I would forget and how important they would be. It's 11:30. We've had like one sale. I remember this being the case back in September too, where it starts out nice and slow, but there's still like a really long line outside and people are still browsing, so I'm not gonna panic like I did back in September. I'm gonna give people a chance to look around first, but I have high hopes for this show. Oh, don't worry about it, I can fix it later. Yeah, of course. Do you want to do cash, card, or Venmo? Be 10 when you're ready. Out of 20. Let me grab you your change of 10. $10 in your change. You're good to go. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, these ones. Mm-hmm. Did you want to do cash, card, or Venmo? Cash. So I have 4, 8, that's 5. 8 plus 5 will be 13 when you're ready. 20. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here you go. Thank you so much. Have a good one. 12:30. We have more than covered expenses so far, so that's great. Traffic's a little bit slower, but my dad did tell me they were doing like security check at the entrance, and that there was a very, very long line going around. So I think people are still working their way around, probably getting lunch. It is like noon. Cody is on his way with the square payment. I feel bad though, because I don't think I need it anymore, but it's too late. I already dug his grave. I have to pee really bad, but the tables are so close together. I feel really bad like going in and out, so I'm just gonna hold it as long as I possibly can. A lot more looky lures than I remember there being last year. It seems like people are browsing a lot. It is proving to be a little bit slower than what I remember from last year. Lots of traffic, just not as many sales. But it's also only like 1:30. We still have 4.5 hours. I don't want to get ahead of myself just yet. I had a customer stop by from earlier just to tell me how cool he thought his shopping bag was. So these shopping bags have been really popular. People really like them. Not even just like as convenient, but just like they think it looks really great and really cool. So something I'm really glad I did this year. It's like about 2 o'clock. It's so warm. I've given up on having full bangs. We are just going with the middle part today. And it's also so warm that the smells they're cooking in here. So here's the booth. It's about 3 o'clock, 2:30, something like that. So I know I have blue masking tape. It's not the most beautiful thing, but it's better than nothing, because that was the alternative since I forgot tape. So thank you, Mazzy, for that. It's pretty similar to the fall setup, just a little bit more filled out because I have more inventory now. I have a much larger sticker collection as well. I actually remembered postcards this time. Yeah, I don't see too much different going on. Yay, thank you. My mini haul for today. First off, I got these bookmarks. They're so pretty. And look, they like line up so they're kissing. Now kiss. And then when you flip it over, it's a different design. This is like some of the prettiest work I've ever seen. So that was really cool from this person. And then I stopped by Mazzy to get some stationery. Very cute. Mini haul. Not too much today. We're down to the last hour. We're definitely not gonna match the fall show sales, but there's a couple of reasons for that. First one being, it is like stupid hot. It's really hot, especially in our building because there is no air conditioning and they didn't really open the windows and the doors up until like an hour ago. So it has been warm in here all day. And then on top of that, I was talking to a friend and she said the guest lineup is really weak, which you'll see in some of the B-roll, like the autograph lines were non-existent. So these two things contribute to today not being as successful as the fall show. That being said, it's still good. I'm still making money. We're still in the green. It's still definitely worthwhile, and I will be reapplying for the fall show. Although in the future, I don't know if I'll do the spring show, simply because there's just so many events going on once May hits that I think I could afford to maybe not do this one. But the fall show, I definitely want to be a part of, especially because it doesn't overlap with anything this upcoming fall. And that's the end of our first shift. I'm gonna head over to Foodieland now. Let's talk about Lodi Comic Con. Yes, this is messy. I already mentioned that in the Foodieland vlog. Just ignore it, okay? Put like a sticker here to hide it. I'm gonna break down this recap into 3 different sections. The first half will be data, as many numbers as I'm comfortable sharing, observations, so these are things not with numbers, but just things that I've seen, and then my conclusion, whether or not I will return to this event and whether or not I recommend it to anyone in the area. The table fee for Lodi Comic Con was $98.32, obviously tax included and whatnot. This has gone up about maybe like $7 since the fall show, which given the fact that I paid an extra $200 for Foodieland, I'm like, I'll accept a $5 increase easily. It's not a big deal. Pretty standard from what I've seen for a single day convention. I've seen table fees for as low as $50. I've seen table fees for as high as $200. So this is pretty normal for a single day convention. My total number of transactions was significantly lower than the fall show. So I have done this event before. This was back in the fall. They have 2 shows. Lodi Comic Con has 2 shows a year, May and fall. They are also the same people who do Stockton Con, which meets in the winter and in the summer. So in total, they have 4 events each year. And I have done Stockton Summer Con before as well. Compared to the other 2 events I've done previously, this might be one of the fewest number of transactions I've ever had from an event like this. I did notice it was significantly slower. Obviously, this reflected in my sales too. It was maybe
3/4 as much as what I made back in fall. And my original thought was maybe the fall show is better, right? Maybe it's busier. But after talking to different people and then seeing the clips that my dad recorded, the general consensus was that the celebrity lineup dictates a lot of how many people are going to be showing up, how many tickets they sell, basically. If they have really great celebrities that appeal to people, there's gonna be a ton of people. If they have whatever celebrities, you know, the same result. And looking at my dad's videos, you can see the voice actor autograph line is like non-existent. So when someone told me that, I was like, yeah, that pretty much checks out. My average sale, it wasn't high, it wasn't low, it was literally right in the middle, which makes sense because the show feels like one of those shows that's just like right in the middle. I didn't get any tips because I saved the square terminal for Foodieland, which was a good call because Foodieland, people there are very generous. So I'm glad I saved it for that. And in the beginning of the vlog, you notice I actually forgot my square reader at first, which I was panicking until I remembered you can freaking take tap payments on phones now. Not even like only new phones, just like any phones that can receive the update. It's crazy. Like I was mind blown. We live in the future. Watch out. They're gonna start programming our brains for us. It worked great though. So I will say this, if you are just starting out, don't buy a square reader. Like save that money for like a square terminal or like the fancy ones and just get the free card slider that comes with it when you sign up for a Square account, which by the way, you get a free card reader, the one that goes straight into your phone if you sign up for a Square account. Don't buy the Square reader, save that 50, 60, 70 bucks because your phone can take it now. Like I wish they had done this when I was first starting out because I'm like, what am I gonna use a Square reader for now? Talking about my inventory, the number of items that moved the most was once again stickers, shirts being the one that brings in the most money. But I was looking at this, the second best selling item after stickers in terms of how many are moving was actually postcards. So I find that postcards are either like hit or miss. They either do great or they're kind of just ignored. This is one of those events where they did pretty good. Some observations, like I mentioned, much slower than the fall show. Basically after the initial 2 hours, it was kind of dead. Celebrity lineup was not as strong as it's been in the past. Oh, another thing, it was so hot. It was so hot, guys. Like, I haven't done the spring show before, so I didn't realize it could get this freaking hot in Lodi. There was no air conditioning, and they didn't open an additional door until like halfway through the show. So it was sweaty, it was stinky. Like, I think that might be another reason why people didn't really come through the artist alley too much, because it's too freaking hot. So if you're watching this, maybe just like turn on the air conditioning, please. Lodi Comic Con, that would have been nice. Or like just leave a door open. Overall though, this was a nice, solid, okay show. Like, especially when I pair it with Foodieland. I think if I had done this show alone, I would have been a little bit more disappointed. But since I went back to Foodieland and then I was able to count those numbers, I was like, hey, this is a pretty good day. I will very likely be back because this is an easy show to rebook for me. And I do enjoy it. I think it is a pretty cool convention for being a single day. I've mentioned Carrier Con is really great for single day. Lodi Comic Con would probably be second place in terms of how much they offer in a short amount of time in a limited space. So I'm gonna be back, especially because Cody's never been to this event, so I think he'd love to check it out. So my conclusion, out of 5, I would rate it like a 3.5. The Lodi Fall Show was probably like a 5 out of 5. This one is like 3.5 out of 5. So when they have a strong celebrity lineup, this show has amazing potential. Oh, but I only recommend this show if you're local. Don't travel far for this unless you're like just happen to be in the area anyway. It's not one of those shows. If you're watching this video the same day it's being released, I'm currently at 626 Night Market in Pleasanton. This is the Bay Area show. It's also one of my favorites because tons of friends from LA come up here and it is just the vibes are immaculate. The food is great. It's gonna be fun. If you're in the Bay Area, come stop by and say hi. After that, you can find me at my first out-of-state convention in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to MomoCon. Yay! I hear great things about this show, so I'm super excited. We're considering this my birthday trip, even though I feel like I've been celebrating my birthday like nonstop this month. I'm 30. I get to do that. But this is truly just the beginning of my busy season. If you watched my prepping for the busy season vlog, you'll know I've got stuff basically all the way throughout August and I'm always looking for more. So if you're interested in shopping with me in person, check out my list of events I have coming up in 2024. If you want to shop with me online, you can check out the link in my description below. If you want to check out my actual art, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. That's where I post a lot of that. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this, I have so much more coming out every single Friday at 9 o'clock in the morning. So make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
think my hair just fell into the aquarium. That's kind of gross.